Do you ever get the feeling that your aging parent just isn't telling you everything that's going on with them? Or you know that they're not, and it's just driving you crazy because all you want to do is help them? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you 10 reasons why your aging or elderly parent might be keeping secrets from you, and answer the question, why? Why are they doing that? And what you can do to help them spill the beans. Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Sophia. I make videos to help you support your aging parents with the best strategies, information, and resources so you can both have better outcomes. Today we're going to dive into some of the reasons why your parent might not be sharing what's really going on with them. Whether it's about how much help they need, or their financial situation, or their medical conditions. We're going to take a look at how you can best support them so that you can help them get what they truly need. Now, not all of these reasons are going to apply to your parent. Like most of us, your parent is unique and they have their own unique reasons for not letting you in and not sharing information with you. But you know your parent better than anyone, and when you hear one that might apply to them, you're going to recognize it and bells are going to go off in your head. And when they do, then pay close attention to how you can support them for that particular point, because the intervention is going to be different for each. So let's go ahead and get started. So first up is the fear of burdening you. A lot of our parents, they don't want to be a burden on their kids. They don't want to stress you out, and they don't want to feel like they're inconveniencing you. You might recognize this if they say something like, "I don't want to bother you with that," or "I know you're already so busy." If they say that, what you can do is encourage open communication by reassuring them that their well-being is your priority and that helping them makes you happy. Try to avoid saying things like, "I worry about you, Mom," because this is just going to trigger their automatic response of, "Don't worry about me," and their walls are going to go up and they're not going to share things with you. So keep in mind that if you tend to share the fact that the rest of your life is really busy and overwhelming, even if it is, that might cause them to not want to add to your burden. Let them know that supporting each other, it's what your family does, and that it is okay for you to admit to your parent that you are busy in other parts of your life, but that they're a priority. And let them know that other people are helping you manage the other areas of your life. But of course, only say that if it's true, because we want to promote open and honest communication. Number 2, the desire for independence. Maintaining independence is super important for so many of our parents. They might fear that admitting their needs is going to lead to a loss of their autonomy and independence. You could recognize this if your parent is one of those who absolutely insists on doing everything themselves, and they dig their heels in and refuse to accept any help from you. So what you can do if this is your parent is to offer help that promotes their independence, like home modifications such as grab bars in the bathroom or ramps for easy access, or meal delivery service that they can put in the microwave themselves, or transportation services like GoGo Grandparent, where they can set up an Uber all by themselves by just making a phone call. If you have super independent parents, then try to avoid saying things like, "You need help with that," or "If you don't do this or that, you're not going to be able to live here alone anymore." This kind of conversation will certainly make their walls go up, and they are never going to share with you what's going on. Instead, focus on the things that they can still do and will be able to continue to do if they allow you to do XYZ or install ABC. For a very independent parent, reframing your support to focus on their strengths and their abilities instead of their weaknesses and incapabilities just might make a big difference. Number 3 is denial. Some of our elderly parents might be in denial about their health issues or what's going on at home, or they think their problems aren't serious enough to mention to you. They might downplay their symptoms or discomfort sometimes. And this is a real hard one because a lot of our parents don't want to talk about their medical conditions or what's going on with them physically. And what you can do is to start with being patient and empathetic and realize that denial can sometimes be a productive coping mechanism, unknowingly for them, but it protects them from what is really going on and scary things that they just might not be ready to face. Stripping them of that coping mechanism has potential to open them up to more negative emotions than they could actually handle. Let them know that you have concerns and focus on their quality of life rather than focusing on illness itself. Respecting their privacy is also important and their right to make their own decisions. But remain committed to love and support them anyway, because that is what they really need from you. In some cases, what might look like denial might actually be dementia, which would also require patience and empathy. Gently encourage regular medical checkups, even if they're virtual. Try to be there for the appointments if you can. Share stories with them about other people who benefited from early intervention to help reduce the stigma around seeking help. Number 4, pride and dignity. Sometimes pride and a sense of dignity can make it really hard for a parent to admit that they need help. They've been self-sufficient their whole lives, and they might struggle with the idea of relying on someone else or having other people make decisions for them. What you can do to help, if this is your parent, is to build trust in your interactions by being consistently reliable and respectful. Use language that respects their autonomy and their independence and acknowledge their wisdom and their life experiences. Validate them to show that you understand that they have a strong desire to stay independent and support that as much as possible. Frame medical appointments as routine parts of staying healthy rather than focusing on specific medical concerns. And definitely involve them in any decisions that concern them so they feel like they're in control of their own health and life. Use gentle persuasion and suggest that sharing information can help you better support them, emphasizing your concern and love. But be cautious not to come off as if you're dictating what they should do. Number 5, fear of nursing homes and assisted livings. There's often a huge fear that needing help will automatically mean they're going to get placed in a nursing home or another facility. This fear can make them hide their needs from you. So what you can do is let them know that there are so many options between where they are and a nursing home or an assisted living. Provide them information about in-home care options, community services and resources that will allow them to stay at home as long as possible. And reassure them that the goal is to keep them in the most comfortable, familiar environment as long as possible, and that you're there to help support them to do that. Try to avoid using placement as a threat. And I always recommend never to promise your parent that they can stay home, living at home forever, because you know what? You never know what might come down the road. It's better to say, I promise to help you stay living at home and safe as long as possible, and I will love and support you and be by your side no matter what happens. Your parent might also have a real negative image of nursing homes and assisted livings based on what they hear in the news or from other people. They always hear the bad stuff, never the good stuff. And yes, there is good stuff. So you might want to check out these videos here about how to find a great nursing home and everything you need to know about assisted living facilities so you know what you're talking about. Number 6, generational differences. Older generations might have different attitudes about health and technology and privacy just because of the era that they grew up in. What you shouldn't do is say things like, "You're so old-fashioned, you just need to get with the times." And what is better to do is to create an environment of understanding and trust and acknowledge their points of view. Being respectful and show genuine care and concern, and understand and validate their apprehensions about new technologies and new treatments that didn't exist when they were growing up. Explain the benefits of the new methods in a straightforward and relatable way, and avoid overuse of mystery medical terminology or complicated technology words. Relate new technologies and treatments to things that they might already understand or have gone through already in the past. For instance, this new treatment is just like the one that you used to take, but this one is improved to be gentler on your body. Assure them that you will help them through the transition and that they don't have to adapt to everything all at one time. Emphasize how new options can enhance their safety and their independence and their quality of life. Answer any questions that they might have. Number 7, communication barriers. Sometimes physical impairments like hearing loss or aphasia can make communicating really tough for your parent. Your parent might find it challenging to express clearly what they really want to say. And some might feel like even if they did want to share something with you, that they wouldn't be able to handle an in-depth conversation. So what you can do to help them is to try to make sure that they are using aids like their hearing aids, amplifiers, visual aids, or written notes if needed. And slow down, way down, and take the extra time that's needed to be patient, to allow them to express what's really going on, and ensure that make sure they know you understand by repeating back what they said, even in writing if you need to. Showing a willingness to take the time and try to have a good communication with them might encourage them to attempt to communicate more often with you. Number 8, fear of losing control. Admitting that they need help could feel like totally losing control of their lives. They might worry that you're going to start making decisions for them without their consent. What you can do is involve them in decision making as much as possible, and reassure them that your goal is to support them, not take over their life. Offering choices rather than telling them what they have to do will allow them to continue to feel in control. Try to use language that emphasizes independence and autonomy. Avoid making them feel like they're a child or that they're powerless. Continue to pay attention to their nonverbal cues and the subtle hints about their needs and how they're feeling, because sometimes their actions will speak louder than words. Create a safe environment for them where they feel comfortable sharing with you what's going on. Let them know that their thoughts and feelings are important to you. Instead of asking direct questions, offer help in ways that don't threaten their sense of control. Work together to try to find solutions and frame discussions as family teamwork rather than taking over. Gently encourage them to plan for the future by completing advanced healthcare directives or meeting with an estate planner. This is going to give them the greatest amount of control and will ensure that their wishes will be clear and respected. Number 9, financial concerns. Seniors might worry about the financial impact of their health and their needs. They might not want to burden the family with medical expenses, or they worry about using up all their savings. What you can do is to talk about financial planning and explore options with them about how to cover healthcare costs like insurance, government programs, community resources. Reassure them that there are ways to manage expenses without burdening the family. Provide information to them about benefits that they might not be familiar with, like the Veterans Aid and Attendant Program, or reverse mortgages, or viatical settlements, or long-term care policies, Medicaid, or local assistance programs. If it's true, let them know that you're not responsible for their medical bills so they don't have to worry about you. This is true in some states, but not in others. So I recommend you take a look at this video to see if it's true where your parent lives. Number 10, emotional protection. Sometimes our parents, they want to protect us from worry and distress. They might choose not to share what's going on with them in order to protect you from or other loved ones from being anxious or upset. If this sounds like your parent, what you can do is try to promote a supportive and empathetic family culture where sharing concerns is the norm and it's not seen as a cause for worry. Reinforce that being informed helps the family provide better care and support and to plan for the future. So encourage open conversations where feelings are shared and everyone feels heard. Try to avoid going overboard with catastrophizing every time something goes wrong or voicing a lot of worry. Your parent is really trying to protect you from this. Understanding these reasons why your parent might be holding back information from you will help you approach them from their point of view. So you can provide them with more empathy and support and give them really what they need so that they'll trust you to open up. And using these solutions can lessen the communication gap that so many of us have so that you can actually get down to helping them better. So did any of these describe your parent? If so, which one? Leave me a comment below. I hope this video was helpful for you and gave you some food for thought. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any more tips on supporting your aging parents. I thank you so much for watching today. I'll see you next time.